So here we have a URL that we are hitting on this server, which is listening to incoming HTTP GET requests mapped to that URL/hello. And the way we implemented that was through Spring Boot's RESTful API that we can implement using these GET mappings in REST controller. So let's do something a little more interesting. What we want to be able to do is return with objects and data, arrays of widgets and things like that. Yes. So let's create the data models of whatever we want to expose. We'll create a new package called models. Right. In that model, we can store any information that we want to, or the format of the data that we want to work with. So we'll call this widget. Right. And in here, we're going to create a POJO, a plain Java object that can host the data that we want. So let's start with something simple. We'll have a private string ID and private string title. And let's populate this with some setters and getters. We'll generate the setters and getters. All of them, we'll say OK. We'll also maybe implement a couple of constructors, right, that take both, all the arguments, and then maybe a default constructor. The default constructor is required. Right, and so constructor, no argument, say OK, there it is. We save that, and this is the data that we want to expose. So if we go back to our controller, we can say a function that might return a widget, the widget instance. So GetWidget, right? So what we'll do here is we're going to return a new widget. So we'll say widget w1 new widget, and we'll populate it with some titles here. So widget A, and then we're just going to return the w1. Okay, and now we have to map it. Well, what do we map it to? Right. So we can say map it to the following URL. Map it to maybe w1. Okay, so let's restart the server. So when the server restarts, we can then go and check out that URL. So that if we type w1, notice that it comes back with the JSON representation of that object. Okay, using the correct data types, numbers, dates, strings, characters, integers, and whatnot. Okay.